Shabbat Shalom. In this Torah portion, we learn about the laws of war. And people may be wondering, why do we have laws of war? I thought that going to war, you go to war, you fight a battle. Why do we need laws? But the Torah tells us that there are laws related to war. There are mitzvot. And they are codified first in the Torah, and then in the Talmud, and then in the poskim, in the rabbis who wrote and codified Jewish law into particular books like Maimonides and Yosef Karo. What do we do when we are in a situation of war? And the assumption is that sooner or later you might be in a situation of war. The Torah talks about wars, in which that you fight with swords and shields. But we know that there are different wars. And you may be in a situation of a battle or a war in your own life. At work, in a family. We call it wars, we call it battles, we call it conflict. And the Torah comes and tells us one of the most important advices that we can get in a situation of war. Ki tikrav elir leilachem alea vekarata elea shalom. When you approach a town to attack it, you shall offer it terms of peace. Sometimes we are going to be put in a situation of war. Sometimes because someone may attack us. Sometimes because we need to get through. We need to move from one place to another. Sometimes because we have a mission. We have an agenda, because we are given a job, because we need to get things, done. And someone doesn't want us to get things done, because they may have a particular interest, or because it may not be convenient for them. And we need to move through. We need to go from one place to another, and someone is standing in the middle. So we need to get through. Sometimes you need to get through with your life, or with your job, or with a particular situation. And you are going to end being engaged in a conflict, or in a battle, or sometimes in a war. Comes the Torah and tells us that these things happen. War happens, battles happen, conflicts are part of who we are. And yet, the solution is that in the back of your mind, you need to have peace. Vekarata elea leshalom. You call with peace. I need to go through. But maybe there is another way that we can get these things solved without killing each other. Maybe you won't be so happy, I won't be so happy. But maybe, we'll be a little less unhappy, each of us, if we can maybe come to an agreement. If we can put peace into the equation. Couples don't need to live forever. Some couples are not meant to be forever for 120 years. They need to separate. And it's going to be complicated, and sometimes it gets very ugly. The Torah is telling us that conflict is going to happen, but how you deal with conflict, what is in your mind to approach conflict, is going to make a difference. Is it in your mind to kill or to be killed? That's not the Torah approach. The Torah approach is vekarata elea leshalom. You go and you try to find peace, even in a situation of war. It's easy to talk about peace when there is peace. Can we talk about peace when there is a situation of conflict and war? Can we prioritize peace in a situation of conflict and war? The Torah is telling us not only it is possible, but it is what the Torah is expecting from us. Whenever you are in a situation of conflict, you bring peace. Even if the other side doesn't bring the peace, it's up to you to put peace into the equation. Because it's going to make a difference in their lives, and it's going to make a difference in your life as well. So hopefully you are not going to be in a situation of conflict or war or battle, but if you end in one of them, and I wish you and myself that we won't be in this situation, at least to remember what is expected from us in this situation. How can we make a situation that is not a desirable one, at least a little better by putting peace into the equation. Shabbat Shalom.